Hello, y'all. This is Bamm Raw TV. Now I'm Bamm, aka the 411 Giant. On this episode here, it's a response to some of the questions people have been asking me about Sheldon, Skip, Villanueva, Nuestra family.
To date, Skip is one of the NF's most influential leaders, who has not only risen to the top of the organization during the course of the last 30 years, but he has also exhibited an unyielding level of loyalty that has proven to be unshakable. Skip's just one of a handful of NF leaders who was considered not only one of the most loyal, but he's also one of the most recognized names within the organization.
This episode of Perplexed News will profile the early years of one of the Big Four California prison gangs, Nuestra Familia. The NF, formed at Soledad Prison in 1965, is the second United States prison gang to come into existence. During the late 1950s and into the 60s, the Mexican Mafia had established its dominance on the big yards of Folsom and San Quentin and inside the California prison system.
See, when Cesar seen El Campesino, he seen somebody everybody forgot about. But yet he was an asset to society. He worked the agriculture fields. He united the campesino, united farm workers. We united as farm boys behind the wall. The red that we stood for was the blood that was shed in our sacrifice for our cause.
Hello, y'all. This is Bamm Raw TV. I'm Bamm, aka the 411 Giant. Hey, hit that like button. I need y'all to subscribe. And hit that bell icon so you know when my next video come out. On this episode here, it's a response to some of the questions people have been asking me about Sheldon, Skip, Villanueva, Nuestra family, and the rest of them. I was around, Corny, Mad Dog, Pinky, and they asked me about their interactions in their life down in ADX. They asked, as more coming in there, they're telling me some of the information I'm getting is from the people who are asking me the question that more are being sent down there. And so I'm going to expound on what I know about Supermax ADX and how did they do that. They have done that with people in the past and probably what's going on with Skip. They asked me how do Skip and Corny and Mad Dog and how do interact or communicate with each other. Now, when I go from range to range, because that was something I did on the regular, when I would go from range to range, they would send their messages, and they'll let you know if they give you a letter or something, they'll be like, man, it's hot. So if that letter hot and they give it to you, they ain't gonna just give it to you and just, hey, take this to my brother or whatever. If they give you a letter and tell you it's hot, I don't know what's on it, don't want to know what's on it. If the police try to get it, I'm gonna chew it up, eat it up. Simple as that. That's how it go. So anyway, well, that was rarely done, but they usually when they go back and forth, and when they talk to each other, they talk as again. That family thing is kind of serious with them, because when they talk like they talking to a brother in the family. Now, it may be some hidden stuff in there that I don't see or don't understand. But if they give me a message, it ain't going to be no, tell Skip that he better do this, or tell Skip, I want this did, or tell Skip such and such this. It's always, blue. It's flowing like, hey, yeah, tell the brother Skip, everything is beautiful on the front and such and such and such and such and this and that. And it's all just conversation. But I can see when I can give that message to somebody, I can see the awakeness in their face. I can see them deciphering something that I don't see going on, right? And so, but you have to do what you have to when you where you at. Now, they rarely put two people. They had Corny for the longest when Corny and Skip was there. They had them on different ranges. and they didn't want them around each other because they know they work together as a family. So they try to keep people like that away from each other. Now they had Pinky and Mad Dog. They had them separated on different range. They was only on the same range when they first come in. Then they start finding ways going on. But I have seen in the past, like when Rayford helped with hitmans and stuff, when it get enough of them there and they have no other place to put them, and they have been keeping good conduct, they have been maintaining good conduct for a certain period of time, then they'll open the door and they may put two of them on the range. I never see more than two of them. I'm not talking about the Nuestra family, but it was two. It was like co-defendants. That the only time that I had seen two of them, I seen two of them on the compound. So that's what I believe is going to eventually. When y'all tell me that it's more in the Nuestra family going there, they're going to eventually start putting a couple of them on the range, maybe two up, two down. It depends. They're going to be riding. When I left, they wasn't keeping no more than one on the range because they didn't want them around each other. But they only limited for space. ADX only hold about 400 people. And matter of fact, the whole range been shut down because of El Chapo. El Chapo is on. They kicked all us off E and put El Chapo over there. So the whole range. So now they got even less territory to work with. So I think it's a very good chance that they're gonna start putting at least two new Western families on the range. Maybe two up, two down, and two on this, depending on how many go there and going on, depending on how they act. Now, as far as going on to the old man unit, when they do transfer and start going on, some of them start going to the old man unit. They ain't got but two sides to the old man unit, and I'm thinking, based on the way they move, I never seen that many there to make it to the man unit, the old man unit. So what they'll probably do, they'll probably put one New Western family on this side and one New Western family on that side. Because they probably won't want to take no chance of them being on the same side together. But they're very strict about having co-defendants, especially people who work together in tandem on the same range. You understand? Because it's two, when one go, the other one gonna go. You got that happen with just homeboys. So when one go, that's their family. They don't get in. I told you, they got a laid back style to them. They don't really get into nothing, but the police ain't gonna wanna take that chance. So as far as, like I said, but Skip, Corny, Mad Dog, Pinky, when I was there, they get the messages back and forth. They respectful with each other. If one of them needs something going on, they know how to get it to them and everything. But ADX is just it's a Supermax penitentiary, but it's still a world inside of a world. It's not where you turn Mad Dog crazy and go just stop. You don't have no thinking ability. All you is about is you locked in a cage and going on. Those dudes are steady thinking. They steady preparing for the day that they get to go out. They preparing for the day when they can go back to another compound. Most of their mind is on something positive and going on. Skip do a lot of studying and stuff like that too, but I just don't. I could see two of them easily be put on the range, and I don't see more than two of them being put over there in the old man unit. The rest of them, another two won't be able to come over there. More likely until those two get transferred to a compound. And so their brothers being over there, the way they operate, that'll probably make them keep good conduct and get on away from there so their next two brothers can rotate on up and get out there. Because, they think about each other on almost every move they make. I give them that there. They ain't selfish. They ain't selfish like that. But that's to y'all response. And I'll go back and recap to y'all response. How was they dealing with each other down there and everything and going on? They was getting word to each other. They was talking to each other like family. When somebody came over they trust, they didn't send no word about no anybody. Somebody came over there they trust, They always talk to each other like men and more like a family than a gang or organization. And some, do I think that they're gonna, since it's more come down now, are they gonna put them all together? No, they're not gonna put them all together. I don't think that. I think they're gonna may put no more than two of them together on each range, or each on like that each range, on each level of the range, because you got upper and lower, depending on how many get. They may put two upper, two lower, and then the same thing on the opposite side. But I don't think they're gonna put no more than two on the range. What's gonna happen when it's time for them to transfer? They have to go through the old man unit, or they have to go through the step down unit before they can go to a yard. They have to do like 18 months or a year over there. In the old man unit, they just go over there if they're not gonna leave and going on. So they're not gonna put no more than two of them in that building. They're gonna put probably one on this side, one on that side. Same thing with when Rock was there. They had Rock, the leaders of Dead Man Inc. Rock was one of the leaders. Sweeney was one of the leaders. They had Rock on this side and Sweeney on that side. And so I see that being the same thing with the Nuestra Familias. So, I thank y'all for the information y'all give me for the question y'all asked, and I hope that I answer those, and I wish them the best. I wish Skip the best, and I wish Corn the best, Pinky, Mad Dog, and all them, and hopefully they'll get away from that spot. Maybe one day they'll get out of jail. Much love. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you know my next video coming out. I need y'all support now.
Their strong-arm tactics and exploitation of their own also succeeded in alienating many Hispanic convicts who admired them on the one hand, yet resented their abuse. This produced a new group of men who decided to pool their collective talents and resources.
At first, the NF, Nuestra Familia, was purely a prison gang. They wrote a constitution outlining their cause, borrowing from the message of Cesar Chavez, but ignoring his commitment to nonviolence.
In the beginning, they called themselves La Familia. Eager to form their own prison gang and get a piece of the black market action, their first wave of members were housed at Soledad State Prison in 1965.
They stood for unity, education, and protection.
How did Nuestra Familia General Skip establish state prisons for out-of-state norteños? Skip, when he was he's in the feds, right? He elected to write a lot of different histories and educational programs and phases, right? Because he wanted to write how the movement was intended to be.
Philip's gonna step out there, and we got three permits, right? Oh, so wait a second, man. Okay. Bottom line is, hey, we got three coming in the flesh, okay? And the bottom line, he has that to say, right? Then remember that, and don't forget that. That's what I'm saying for him, not you. I don't give a fuck about you in this situation.
No, it's not about me. It's about you in this case.
But the bottom line,
I know what I know, what I said.
But you stick to the skit here. And then, if you feel that way, you said none of that shit better come out of this motherfucker's mouth. If it does, right, then you put the brakes there and you tell him, look, this is what he said. If you open your mouth like this and say anything gets traced back to you of you saying this, it's about not acknowledging, right? Or not respecting, and you pull him up on this about the families, and if he feeds back on that and says that, then you tell him, look, he said, there's three coming. Philip's gonna get out. Phillips is doing a little bit of time in Folsom. He's not in Corcoran. He's not in Pelican Bay. He's in Folsom. And he's stepping out soon. And the bottom line is there's three coming from here by this year.